AITA for telling my son he has no right to talk about the environment when he lives off his trust fund. My son is 26, and the other day, we had an argument over global warming and such. It was during this argument that he blatantly stated, "I'm a hypocrite." See, I work in a field that isn't environmentally friendly, but that industry itself doesn't care. Because there are laws, and any punishment for according an offence is minor, so they take advantage of it to make huge profits, which I'm sorry to say I'm more interested in. My son talks about the environment and how they're killing it, and I told him he only has this privilege to complain and talk down to others because he doesn't work, lives rent-free. Lord knows what he's doing in his room after going 2 semesters without continuing college, exploits my credit card, and lives off his trust fund. And if that trust fund, set up by me, by the way, was the wrongdoings and hypocritical blood money I acquired, then he can choose to transfer it back to me. I also told him he can get his high horse ass out of my house and pay his own bills, expenses, then see how much it costs to be responsible for himself before lecturing anyone. He sat down and we stopped the argument there because he couldn't make a counter. My wife later told me arguing with him wasn't the right thing because she understands his point of view and that I work in an unsustainable industry, but it was wrong to bring him into it. But what I'm saying is, I am one such source of this unsustainable industry, yet he's living under the roof of the source. I told her my point still stands because he's complaining about the very industry he's surviving and living off of, yet not doing anything about it, and instead just criticizing others for their choices. And she followed with, young adults need time, and he doesn't have to follow every goddamn tree hugger step. And I told her that's even more hypocritical. They were both pissed, and I shut them down, but wife continued to give me an earful of how I overstepped and let finances be one thing in our relationship world, because our son wasn't having a different point of view with his opinion, especially since he started rambling about climate change/environment since a few weeks ago. Next story. AITA for telling my fiance that his best friend isn't on the guest list. My fiance Liam and I are getting married in April. Been together for 5 years, and he has this one friend, Ryan, who for some reason doesn't like me. It all started 5 years ago when Liam and I went out to a club one night together. Turns out Ryan was there with a lot of Liam's other friends, and according to Liam, he had no idea. I guess back then I was still a pretty outgoing person, so after a few drinks I was up dancing, having the time of my life, didn't really pay attention to Ryan and Liam. Fast forward about 2 weeks after that, I saw Ryan and a few other of Liam's friends at a different club, and was being a bit too friendly, I'll admit. By friendly I mean dancing and laughing with his friends, and I guess the group that Ryan was with and who I was with, we decided to join groups. And I bought them all drinks because I was 20 years old, working full-time, no kids, etc. And probably a bit tipsy. I went home alone that night, and about a week later, Liam approached me asking why I bought his friends drinks and got all gross with them. Then a few nights later, I went out with the girls and bumped into the same group again. They asked me to go back to an Airbnb with them to keep the party going, and yeah, that's where I took it too far, playing Never Have I Ever with them, getting messy drunk, etc. Woke up on the couch naked. At this point, Liam's friends are convinced I'm sleeping around on him, and that I am a disgusting person. Liam to this day still gives me the benefit of the doubt because he thinks I don't have the balls to cheat. Plus I explained I was drunk and it was a mistake. Ryan pretty much works with Liam and sees him every day, so has the opportunity to try and convince him I'm no good /liar, slut, etc.